be loud, and be smart.
Millie Bobby Brown's rise to fame may have started at a young age, but it didn't happen overnight. Throughout her career, Millie has followed her passion for acting and making the world a better place. Let's take a look at how Millie rose to fame and built her $10 million net worth.
I want you to know you got to sit there and be prepared. There's a lot of story to tell.
In 2004, Millie Bobby Brown was born in the popular Spanish vacation spot, Marbella, to British parents Robert and Kelly. The third of 4 children, Millie has an older brother, Charlie, an older sister, Paige, and a younger sister, Ava, born in 2012. The actor spent the first 4 years of her life in Marbella, where her grandparents ran a restaurant, before her family moved back to Bournemouth, UK, in 2008. They lived there for 4 years, where Millie's love for acting began. 4 years later, her family moved to Orlando, Florida to launch a teeth whitening business where Millie knew what she wanted to do and was ready to start pursuing it being acting. She told Variety, "It was like a bug. I know this sounds crazy, but once I find something I want to do, nobody's stopping me." So her parents enrolled her in weekend performance and acting classes, which led to her booking local commercials, including a Disney World resort video at 8 years old. While performing in a showcase, an agent noticed her star quality, which gave her parents enough faith in her dream to sell everything and move to Hollywood to kickstart Millie's career. But moving to LA wasn't all smooth sailing for the Browns. While in LA at 9 years old, Millie landed a 2-episode arc as a young Alice in ABC's series Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, a spin-off from the Emmy-nominated series Once Upon a Time. She also got a role in BBC America's Intruders as 9-year-old Madison O'Donnell.
For me to switch into my British accent to my American was so weird.
But after 1 season of 8 episodes, the series was canceled. Millie also landed some cameo roles in hit series like Grey's Anatomy in Season 11, Episode 15, where she played Ruby, the little girl that had to perform CPR on her mother over the phone, and Modern Family, Season 6, Episode 17, as the girl whose bike is stolen by Manny. But Millie still wasn't securing starring roles and faced a lot of rejection.
I then auditioned for Game of Thrones and I got a no for that.
Was shortlisted for Steven Spielberg's adaptation of Roald Dahl's The BFG, but didn't get it. Millie has also opened up about the struggles her family faced while in LA, that there were times they couldn't afford food or pay rent. But none of those struggles she attributes to the one thing that sets her apart. When Millie was born, she only had partial hearing in one of her ears, but eventually, after years of tubes, she lost her hearing completely on that side. Even with partial deafness, Millie continued to pursue her dreams. She told Variety, "I just started to sing, and if I sound bad, I don't care, because I'm just doing what I love." You don't have to be good at singing. You don't have to be good at dancing or acting. If you like to do it, if you genuinely enjoy doing it, then do it. No one should stop you. But as much as she loved acting, it was proving to be more difficult than she and her family expected. Her parents supporting her dreams caused a strain on their finances, and the stress forced Millie's older sister, Paige, to move back to the UK. Then, in 2015, after a lot of rejection and no real break in the industry, the Browns followed. But their decision to move back may have been their best move yet. While in England, Millie said it was the first time she felt uncertain about her career path. She told Teen Vogue, "I was in London, and I hadn't gotten any jobs for months and months. I've been rejected. I've been said no to so many times. Like, when am I going to get a job?" It was while she was feeling discouraged that she got the call to audition for Stranger Things. She told IndieWire it came out of the blue and was a surprise, but her first audition, which was a very emotional audition, got her a call back. After a few more self-tapes and in-person auditions, Millie could finally call herself 11. But first, she needed to shave her head. That wasn't so much an issue for the actor, but more for her mom, Kelly. During an appearance on the British talk show This Morning, Millie shared that her mother was never a fan of the iconic shaved head and insisted she wore wigs to cover it.
She was like, "You are not cutting it, that's it, you're not doing it." And I was like, "Mum, I have to."
For Millie, however, she said her shaved head made her feel empowered. Before she knew it, she was 11, and her life was about to change forever. Stranger Things soon became a fan favorite, which only led to more opportunities for Millie. After the success of the first season, Millie ventured into modeling and was signed by IMG Models at just 12 years old. She's since been featured on dozens of covers, in campaigns with Calvin Klein, Moncler, and Pandora, to name a few. It was clear that Millie was going mainstream.
Getting married, everyone! In this dress.
Her talent spoke for itself, but it's not just the impact she made on the screen that mattered the most to her. It's the impact in real life, too. At just 14 years old, Millie became the youngest person to be included in Time magazine's Most Influential People in the year of 2018. In her tribute for the magazine, Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul described his encounter with Millie like speaking to a future mentor with a perspective and groundedness that I could only have dreamed of at that age. That year, Millie was also named the youngest ever UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, which she called a dream come true and a huge honor. As Millie's fame grew, so did her net worth, making the days her family struggled to pay rent a distant memory. According to Deadline, during the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things, the core cast made about $30,000 per episode. And by season 3, that figure went up to $250,000 per episode. If you can't do the math, just know that's a cool 7 figures per season. And that's only from one project she's done so far. According to the Celebrity Net Worth, her other major project, Enola Holmes, made her $6.1 million for her starring role and $500,000 for producing, all contributing to her $10 million net worth. Obviously, it's not just about the money for Millie, especially with the Enola Holmes films. Millie told Deadline that she had read the Enola Holmes Mysteries books 5 years before producing the film with her sister Paige, and it was then she knew she wanted to play Enola. One day, she told her dad about wanting to make the film, and the rest took off from there. Working with the same studio she worked on Godzilla with, Millie got her first producer credit for the first film of the series, and a sequel set to be released. One thing about Millie is she makes her dreams happen, and she doesn't limit them.
She starts to identify who she is as a person and what she likes on her body.
While her acting career skyrocketed, Millie decided it was time to launch her next dream project. She started developing her beauty brand, Florence by Mill, in late 2017-2018 on a long plane ride. And by the end of the flight, she knew what she wanted to create. She named her brand Florence in memory of her grandmother, who Millie told Allure was her first beauty inspiration. Growing up, I visited my grandmother during the winter and summer holidays. One of my earliest beauty-related memories is watching her do her makeup in the morning. Since its launch, the brand has continued growing, adding skincare and hair care products.
What my beauty brand to represent is individuality and embrace who you are.
But her rise to fame hasn't been easy, and dealing with being in the public eye has been an adjustment for the teen. When she was 16, Millie shared a video after an encounter with a fan that brought her to tears after she declined their request to take a video of her. As she gets older, she faces more judgment. She told MTV she thinks her fans aren't ready to accept her growing up and going through what she called a transitioning period. She said, "They're not accepting it, and I've completely accepted it. You know, I'm ready. I'm like, it's been a while. Let me wear a high heel. I'm not going to be playing those young girls anymore." Despite some of the struggles of growing up in the public eye, Millie still has future goals in this industry and in her personal life. Her career has shown her more than just the acting side and led her down the path of directing her first short film in collaboration with Samsung. Millie told Teen Vogue, "Of course I would like to continue to direct. It's an absolute dream of a job. I would love to create stories that empower young people, stories about representation, and stories about young people in real situations." A mission she has and continues to be passionate about. In her personal life, Millie does plan on getting married. I know, she's so young. But she's made a pact with her on-screen and IRL BFF, Noah Schnapp.
We said if we're not married by 40, we will get married together because we'd be good roomies.
What are you looking forward to seeing Millie do next? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.